Hey there, it's Koshe. We've got another Mage Wars Arena game coming at you. And this is a quarter-finals game from the 2022 and 23 tournament. And this is a match between Pjotri, which we are going to hide his cards right now. And it looks like he is in the top left with the red marker. And in the bottom right, we have uh, Szfaner. Szfaner. That's how I'm going to pronounce that. Playing the Sistarra wizard in the bottom right. So we got two new mages here, mirror matching, and it should be a pretty fun match. Wizards, of course, even with this wizard not having things like Arcane Zap, Voltaic Shield, they have been proven to be very strong. The ability to prep three cards without a without a sorry, my cat keeps knocking my mouse here. Without the need of a book is very powerful. We found out. Voltaic Reach, of course, one of those abilities where your quick air attack spells, you can get an extra range out of them, which is very interesting. Haven't quite seen it yet in any tournament game be very useful, but I guess in a mirror match we might actually see that. And of course, time dilation we've seen for a very long time, having the advantage of making one of your creatures fast or charge, plus, or the opponent having slow and charge minus. Very strong abilities. We'll see what happens here. To start out, Pjotri in the top left, Castigate of Voltari. Excuse me, but Szfaner. I'm just gonna call him Szfaner because I'm not going to pronounce Sizz every time. Cast it first, getting that 1 mana. We have a slight lead, turn 1 already, and then he's going to advance a little bit. Usually we see a some sort of mana shard here. Mana crystal is also acceptable depending on what you're doing, and a mana shard, of course, comes out for Pjotri as well. And this is pretty simple stuff. I mean, a lot of people used to do just harmonize in order to get this extra mana. But now if they destroy the gate, you can keep the mana shard there. Maybe get your mage there at some point in time. Maybe a battle forge, something like that. Pretty standard now instead of harmonize to use mana shard. And honestly, it's I mean, with gates requiring 3 mana in order to actually spawn, it makes sense to do a harmonize or a mana shard. I still think it's possible mana crystals might be better just because you're 1 mana, but your mage can use it. Might be a big deal, but we'll see if it actually adds up. I mean, obviously it did for Pjotri over here. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to cast something this round because it needs 3. So initiative did kind of matter turn 1 there. But we'll see. We'll see if they both cast something or not. I'm going to go ahead and make this ×2 while they both plan. And just talk really quick about wizards. So not having the Voltaic Shield from the normal wizard means that you kind of have to know when you want to get specific defensive equipment up. You can't just turn it on when you're in a bad situation. So I tend to see more armor coming out for her, just because you kind of need that more defensive stuff. Not having the Arcane Zap doesn't necessarily mean it's you're seeing more attack spells necessarily, but I would argue that with Voltaic Reach, we might see something like Staff of Storms here or Hawkeye or something like that. Um, even without Arcane Zap. I kind of went around that whole thing, but I think you got what I was saying. And again, the ability to prep 3 cards means that you always have a counter for something almost. Because I know in a lot of cases, you usually only plan to really cast 1 when it comes to late, turn 6 on. And you kind of have this other one as a backup. It doesn't happen every game, obviously, but or in every situation. But like a lot of times I see now you have this sort of redundancy, and I've noticed you can get more aggressive with the third option. Starting at round 2, Jade Gremlin coming out. A really nice creature. The guaranteed defense. It's really good for a level 1 creature. For Pjotri, Arcane Ring coming out, more economy. Um, And the question is, how much meta magic and magic is gonna mana spells is he gonna play? Because this speaks to me that he's gonna do nullifies. Battleforge comes out for Szfaner. I actually find Battleforge Gate wizards to be very hardy. They just don't die, and if they try to go after the gate doesn't die. I love this play out of Szfaner here. Mana Crystal coming out. Again, it has that mana type, so he gets that discount. I mean, this is 4, but it's for his mage, wherever he is. Very cool play here. That's the end of the round. And I guess Koshade joined here. Nice. It's me. So Jade Gremlin coming out. This is just a cheap creature. It's like, all right, I've got this. What are you gonna do about it? And I am kind of curious how. I mean, this isn't really anything you respond to, right? Like you might go, okay, I have, like a lightning jolt or something like that, in order to really like start to hit it with something unavoidable is what you're looking for. But really, like they deal 2 dice. They can get annoying, but I think the pest trade is definitely a way to describe Jade Gremlin. See, they still have the Voltaic shields on them. This needs to be just removed. I can't control this group. Deployment phase, we will see another Jade Gremlin. Now, adding these up, these do get a little scary when they keep rolling that. The Gorgon Archer coming out for Pjotri in the top left. This is pretty standard wizard play here. Gorgon Archers, they just, with their 2-range bow, they can hit so many things. They're so good. And that means really we have to see how Szfaner wants to react to sort of like advance in and how he wants to do that. Meditation Amulet coming out for Szfaner. This speaks to me just, he's going to chill back, get equipment, get big creatures out, and he's going to either hope you come to him or whatever. And of course, on a Pjotri here, that's going to mean he's sitting here with Gorgon Archer. Usually that means defensive as well. So this might turn into a pretty long game. We see enchantments go down for both mages. On to their mages. Another Mana Crystal coming out for Pjotri. Bring his economy up to 12. But again, that ring doing the discount, that's another one. The gates and with the shard, that adds up to a lot. Of course, the meditation amulet, kind of evening out how that mana works there. By the way, they're going through these stages really fast because there's not a lot of interactions. This is really telling me that this is a lot of pre-planning going on. So they're not really thinking, how do I counter him? It's I'm powering up here. It's kind of something really important to think about when you play this game. Is how do you power yourself up to a point that you feel comfortable attacking into? Like right now, Szfaner should not attack into this. He has these 2 Jade Gremlins. They're probably one's gonna take a week and get hurt. The other one's gonna die to some sort of unavoidable attack. Just wouldn't do it. So just chill back. Why attack? The whole thing here is just, it's speaking to me as a late game. And I will say, when it comes to late game, I think this Battleforge is probably the winner. We might see like 8 pieces of equipment over here for Szfaner. And like when it comes to Pjotri, it's like, how do you deal with all that armor or, whatever you have. I personally love doing Varium Longbow in Wizard. But we might see something like, I don't know. I'm guessing it's just armor we're going to see for now. Blue Gremlin comes out. Probably the best level 2 creature in the game. Storm Drake Hide, there's that armor that I was talking about. Ooh, and a Gorgon Archer 4 Szfaner. This is, again, how do you want to attack into this? It just kind of gives a big disadvantage from whoever is on the offensive. Let's talk about Blue Gremlin really quick. I mean, Timberwolf is probably a contender for the best level 2, but because he has the defense, because he has 3 piercing 1, and he can go through walls with his teleport action, like he probably is one of the most versatile, and also he's only 7 mana. Okay, we see a Mana Lotus coming out, also having the mana thing, paying 1 less, so 1 mana. Yeah, Pjotri is all about economy. Now, I will say, with Mana Lotus, usually that's a timing thing. So I'm guessing in 3 rounds, when this goes away, he's going to want to do his thing then. He's going to want to play whatever play he's going to make. He's going to want to make it happen. And that's it. Jade Grum's going to inch forward here. This is really testing the waters. You know, I feel like this little Jade Gremlin's it's kind of like 2 trenches here, all really like huddled in defensively. And this Jade Gremlin's like, is it safe to go on? He's kind of the sacrificial first line, I feel like, is going on here. Szfaner enchanting his mage again. Lots of enchantments going down. Pjotri at 2 now. Typically, what you'll see in these things are nullifies, rhino hides, possibly regen, but probably not. Hawkeye, that's another one you see a lot. Um, it's probably a defensive offensive. I think nullify is probably one of the best things in this scenario, just because teleport is in school. And I have some tea here, so I hope you don't mind me taking a second. Well, they do planning. I suppose it's a little interesting to think about the fact that you can turn your lightning bolts into range 3. Because I guess you could theoretically get like an elemental one lightning bolt, and hit this gate from so far away. And of course, with a harmonize on this gate, that really does mean you take out quite a bit of their stuff. Granted, you probably won't kill it right away, so it's probably not the best idea. But just I don't know, some interesting ideas. I guess like lightning bolting the Gorgon archer is probably your best bet. Just start killing the creatures, because no matter what, if you kill the gate, then they're just gonna hardcast it from far away. Um, which means you're gonna have to figure out your other thing. Which I guess you could lightning bolt still, but I don't know. There's just some ideas I guess that I'm having about how this mage could interact with such a defensive style here. I don't think Pjotri should move one over because you're just inviting to get shot and hit and stuff like that. So I really think it's just going to be a like holding the line for the Gorgon Archer here and here, and these Jade Gremlins. I'll be a little surprised if they both advance this round. Just because everyone's targeting this zone and this zone with their archers. Let's go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Planning, yeah, I'm guessing they're both thinking about how they're going to interact with their opponent here. We see the blue gremlin come out for Szfaner. Um, Again, blue gremlins, such good creatures. We see Hugin come out for Pjotri. Okay, this changes some games, some thought processes. Get to that in a second. Staff of Storms comes out for Szfaner. They're going for a longer game standoff here. It makes sense to have Staff of Storms. Getting your initial initial attack in to have 4 extra dice, possibly stunning or a guaranteed push. That sort of thing. It's really nice to equip this. It's still called V2. Hugin is a cool choice here. He can cast like things like teleport and force push. Not to mention like dissolve and things like that are really good. I'm curious to see what kind of plans he has with him. You rarely see him use the hidden enchant, but it's actually pretty good. I mean, you really see Hugin in general. I will say it's kind of a interesting thing because with the Voltaic reach means your unavoidable attack could go a little farther. That could matter here. And it looks like Sven is going to move up and enchant his mage again. Should be a mana added, but it's okay. It seems like Pjotri's really thinking, what do I do here? Okay, we're going to see the blue gremlin move down. Here, totally fine. We might see this archer move down one. If we did, that would mean these gremlins have to react. Either they're going to start this charge or they're going to retreat. A lot of things going on. Times 25. There we go. Okay, this one's going to guard. So no movement here. Oh, interesting. Pjotri's going to reveal Blur. Okay. And the Gorgon Archer does move down. Again, that makes this zone a little dangerous. And as you see, the reaction is, I'm going in. Since this Gorgon hasn't acted yet, I'm guessing we'll see if he wants to advance it. He might save it for next round to do a lesser teleport, just so he can get in range. And notice when Pjotri did this, it's right now Szfaner's turn. He's doing this because he wants his Gorgon next round to get the first shot. So he really waited for initiative to do this. This is a good call out of him. Looks like Hugin's gonna get enchanted with well, I just saw it. So it's a brace yourself, I guess I can't call it. That's okay. Oh, and the lesser teleport now. Interesting. Notice how he had the first card and third card cast. Interesting. Gorgon Archer does immediately get this. There is a blur revealed, so he can't target the opponent mage. So does that mean that Szfaner kind of messed up that opportunity? I don't know. But we're going to see. It zoomed in a little for the intensity. We're going to target, not the blue gremlin. We're going for the Gorgon. 4 dice. The weeks would be really nice for the return fire. First roll of the game, 4 dice are rolled. 6 damage rolled, 5 going through because of 1 armor. And 1 week. That is unfortunate. These Gorgons are going to like cancel themselves out, aren't they? We're just going to see weeks on weeks. And we see Pjotri enchant his mage again. I really want to know if Szfaner took that lesser teleport as a, okay, if he gets in range, I'm going to do this. And is that a cool thing we just saw from Seer? An extra card, letting him get those 4 dice. Okay, he's gonna have his mage. No, he wants his mage to get it. Yeah. That's what's kind of nice about Mana Shard. He's in the zone now, so his mage gets it. It makes sense. This Jade Gremlin here does kind of mess some things up. And, the thing about Jade Gremlin is, like, do you use a Surging Wave on it and spend 5 mana just to knock it down and kill it? I mean, I guess you could use a range attack, but, like, you'd have to use an attack spell. It's probably going to cost 4. And with 5 damage, a lot of the, 4 or 5 mana attack spells, they do maybe 5, sometimes, usually 4, that sort of thing. So I'm curious to see how, which, it does kind of even out, so it's not really that bad of a consideration. But I'm curious to see how Pjotri wants to deal with this Jade Gremlin in the face. He could just ignore it. He has no armor on, so it's not really that big of a deal, though, to take 2 damage. I guess his blue gremlin could attack it and be like, all right, you got to pay a mana now every round so that I don't deal 3 damage to it. Curious to see how that works. Staff of Storms is powering up a little bit, having 1 token on it. And let's see what's going on. So Hugin does have a card prepped. That, to me, okay, he's rethinking. I guess at first what you think about is, how do I deal with these creatures with Hugin? But he might be thinking, your mage is totally going to advance. So it could just be a Seeking Dispel, just to be like, hey, I called out your movement, And honestly, if he doesn't move forward, it's like, do you really lose that much? I mean, I guess 1 mana. It's kind of a tough choice, I guess, for Pjotri. You know, do you prep something to kill these little dudes? Can you prevent the Gorgon Archer maybe with a force push? But do you want to do that? I guess you could shoot with the Gorgon, then move one over and just push him. Maybe. And probably out of the gate, we're probably going to see another Gremlin come out. That's my guess. Um, Gargoyle Sentries are a thing. Jellies are a thing. Although jellies are usually when they're in your face, so probably on this side, not on this side. My guess is just Gremlins. Or what's coming out. This seems like a Gremlin on Gremlin match. So I'm going to go ahead and just fast forward a little bit. We're going to let Szfaner really plan out what he's doing. Okay. Looks like majority is choosing not to deploy. Interesting. And the okay, lightning ring comes out. I'm just one of these enchantments is screaming Hawkeye here. Maybe a Kira's favor. And the Jade Gremlin comes out. Does he have 6 of them? And I do want to point out this combo here. The lightning ring does give an additional 1 to static bolt. And if he has a Hawkeye, it would be 2. Which is, this is nice. Not to mention then you can take the token off. It's going to be 3. There's like a bunch of combos you can do. Jetstream does get cast in the stadium. Remember how I was talking about, 4 mana spells. It generally doesn't roll 5 dice. Jetstream is interesting. It rolls 2. Has a general thing to push, which he does get. He gets 3 damage. He rolled 3 because he revealed the Hawkeye. And he's going to roll 3 more because he bashes against a wall because it pushes Jetstream. And he gets 4 damage. So that is a dead Jade Gremlin. And again, like looking at it, like let's talk about this trade really quick. A Jade Gremlin, which he got from the gate for 1 spell point, versus the Jetstream, 4 mana from your mage to kill that guy. Was that who wins that trade? It's pretty even. I personally think Szfaner wins that trade because attack spells are how you generally win the game. Lots of games are decided with a boulder or something like that. So I would definitely trade a Gremlin for a Jade Gremlin, or for a Jetstream any day. Gorgon Archer is going to attack the Szfaner's Gorgon Archer. Gets 3 damage in a week. It's literally mirroring what the other one did. So they're just shooting at each other and slowly like lounging on a couch. Like I'm weak. I gotta just relax. That being said, it looks like Szfaner is going to move forward. He's then going to use these storm tokens on. He's going to cancel the attack, and he's going to reveal a Hawkeye. Oh, this is aggressive. Apparently, I keep joining. Lightning Bolt does come out. 8 mana being spent. That's going to be a plus 3, is that? Yeah, rolling 8 dice. Getting 9 damage. 8 going through because of 1 armor. That's going to be a plus 2, so that will be a daze as well. Plus 2 because there was 2... Was there 2 storm tokens removed? Right? 5, 6, 7... No, there's only 1. So no daze. All right. My bad. Very cool. That's going to put him at 11. This Gorgon might kill him. He's got 1 week. He's going to roll 3 dice against 1 armor. He needs to get 2 damage. So I would trust that bet that it would happen. But like that's one of those like really close ones where you're like, it might not. Ugh. Of course, Szfaner does have a quick guess. Losing a Gorgon, I mean that lightning bolt. I mean, 16. Okay, 16 mana for him. And then versus 8, plus your staff tokens, but the other stuff is all repeatable. Okay, we're going to see the Gorgon Archer go in. He's going to roll 3 dice. He does get the 3 damage. That is going to kill that Gorgon Archer. That's a big swing. That's a really nice advantage for Szfaner. This is usually the flag now. Killing that Gorgon means that all these gremlins can move in. There's no reason to keep him back anymore. You just send him in. Notice this one moved out of the way. I'm a little curious why he moved it down here. We do see a reveal of a Nullify come out. Pjotri also had a Nullify, Nullify to Nullify. And I do want to point out that it's 2 and 2. Szfaner paid to reveal it and cancel it, though. So technically, Szfaner spent 4 mana for that Nullify trade. It's interesting that he chose to do that without a follow-up. I'm guessing Hugin's going to follow it up with something. But we have to wait in the action for Szfaner. So most likely, the Hugin has some spell to mess with the wizard here. Jay Gremlin is doing, as I was saying, just running in. Again, there's no reason not to. This is that open window. You know, you have the Gorgon Archer in the back that's going to keep shooting stuff. So no matter what comes out of here, unless it's, you know, non-living, it's just going to keep going. Not to mention he still has to deal with it. And you might as well just get those dice in. That round was huge. I thought we were going to be waiting here a lot longer. And, you know, something just triggered there. And that lesser teleport really just caused it to happen. Hugan is going to move in. This is, yeah, on the wizard. We are going to see a dispel on the Hawkeye. Interesting choice to get rid of Hawkeye. Obviously, it's a better trade spell point wise. 1 for the 2 that it cost. You know, a lot of wizards only take 1 Hawkeye, and getting rid of that can mean a big deal in terms of how much dice over the next whatever rounds you take. You know, Staff of Storms, adding that extra one, you know they're probably going to have more lightning or wind spells. So he's just saying, all right, I'm just gonna hedge a bet. Like if you haven't tried dispelling bear strengths on creatures, you kind of look at it as dispelling its potential damage, but like that kind of in a weird way. Like instead of healing, you're like preventing it. You know what I mean? So I actually really like this Hugin play to dispel a Hawkeye, and as Pjotri with this Arcane ring out, I'm guessing he has a lot of dispels. Because usually when you're low on dispels, you don't want to get rid of Hawkeye. Just in case they have curses or something like that. But he probably doesn't care right now because he's like, you're a wizard. You're not speaking the curse game or the hyper enchant buff game. And if you do, I have other things. So I'm guessing that's why he chose to do that. Some interesting trains of thought, I guess. This blue gremlin just chose to run, and again, I love this play out of Szfaner, just being like, time to go hyper offensive, get out there and do it. Double running from gremlins. Battle Forge out of Szfaner, that is going to get dangerous. It's starting to get a little out of hand. He's got the offensive buffs, the defensive ones. Didn't see a meditate last round, so that does give a little bit of an extra mana bump for Pjotri. But now he's in position, so we can just chill. We have double gates being loaded. Oh boy, what do you do here? Szfaner, I'm guessing another gremlin. Pjotri in the top left. You could see another Gorgon. I mean, he has 27 mana. So you could see... I'm guessing this is when you want to pull out the big dudes. I don't think they have any good unavoidable ones. You know, I doubt we'll see like a... What was it, the cockatrice or whatever? But let's just see what happens here. If a gremlin comes out, that I would guess for if I was Szfaner looking at this, I would probably be like, I don't know if you have bigger creatures because there's really no reason not to cast it now. I mean, like they're at your gates, you know. Okay, we're in deployment. Leather boots coming out, so general armor. I mean, Szfaner spent a lot of mana on that lightning bolt, so he only has 2 left now. Does get the Gargoyle Sentry. Interesting. Gargoyle Sentry. And the Jade Gremlin comes out for Pjotri. Now, Gargoyle Sentry speaks to me that um, Szfaner thinks that he has an advantage on the board then, probably with this Gorgon Archer in the back. So he's probably going, if you try to spike me with your 27 mana, I need something getting ready to have intercept so I can survive. And I mean, Gargoyle Sentry's super good while guarding. He tends to die a little fast for my liking. So you kind of want to give him like regen or something like that, or just let him die, I guess. But I mean, like in terms of survival, he usually lets you survive long enough to finish what your book was meant to do. And Jade Gremlin comes out again. That kind of speaks to me. I'm not sure if Pjotri has larger creatures or not. Because if you had a jelly, you want that thing coming out now. And notice how his Battleforge, remember I was saying in the later in the game as it goes on, it's going to be bigger. He's got that equipment down. Notice Pjotri has 27 mana, doesn't have that equipment out. So it's really a big key difference we're seeing in this game right now. Hugin is going to try to get shot by the Gorgon Archer. Looks like Hugin is going to roll a 12 and just like casually just be like, oh, it's an arrow from a weak lounging on the couch Gorgon Archer. Because he's weak. That's why he's lounging. All right, that's kind of just like an initial shot of like I don't know what I want to hit right now. Probably didn't want to hit the blue gremlin. I'm guessing that he was just looking for a lucky shot just to maybe kill Hugin. Jade Gremlin's gonna move in because there was a pass. You're just gonna fist him for 3 damage because there's no armor. Use those 3-fingered fists. Can he even make a fist with that? Those fingers look so long. Seeking a spell cast out of Hugin. Whatever's remaining looks like it was a brace yourself. That's a hit. Usually you only see one brace yourself in books. So getting rid of that may not be that big of a deal. Szfaner has the Battleforge really working here. So I mean going up from 3 to 7. I mean nothing's rolling 3 dice, and generally you want to have 1 armor for every die you expect them to roll. So it may not be a big deal, but I mean Hugin is there. Just doing his job, you know. I guess it's better than not using him, because you never know when he's going to die. Blue Gremlin's going to attack here. Going after Pjotri's Mage. Using Claws, not Fists, that the Jade is. Claws, dealing 4 damage. Not bad. On 3 dice. This Blue Gremlin's going to move in. He's going to say, are you going to have a defense on this Jade Gremlin? He rolls. Usually want to ask, by the way, because it doesn't auto, which is fine. And the reason why you ask first before is it doesn't auto, but like if you roll, it's really good. And they're like, yeah, I definitely want to defend now, you know? And it looks like Pjotr is going to enchant something on Szfaner. Interesting. Okay, that would be a mana on this gate. I'm actually just looking at his hand, and I'm like, I can see why the fist does 2 dice, right? Because it's like he doesn't really have that much muscle. Like, how tall do you think Jade Gremlin is? 2 feet? Is he less than 2 feet? I'm actually curious. Okay, it looks like we are going to see Szfaner use the Meditation Amulet. Going to gain 3 mana. That's really nice to have. I mean, going up to 4 from that. Seek Dispel is going to be casting this remaining thing on Pjotri's Mage. It is a Nullify. Okay. I mean, Seeking Dispel for Nullify, that is less of a good trade. And again, let's talk about that. You cast Nullify on your opponent. They have to reveal it, and they're going to spend 2 mana to get rid of their Nullify. So they spent 4 for a Nullify. With Seeking Dispel, they only spent 2 because they don't have to reveal it. So it's 2 for 2. But I think that was a good pick regardless. I'm not trying to like poo-poo it. I mean, there is an argument that Seeking Dispel and Hugin would have been the better choice. Because whatever that defensive thing is, I guess he knows it's not a reverse attack or block. So he's probably thinking it's like, the brace yourself or something that you choose to reveal. This is really starting to look like Szfaner has an advantage here. But again, Pjotri here has 34 mana versus 12. He did lose that Gorgon, but I mean, I'm waiting to see the play here because Pjotri is like whenever you see someone save up above 20 mana, they have a big play they're waiting to do. Like you're hitting him for damage now, that's a big deal. But once they get their mana out, it's like, is that going to be enough to sort of like completely swing at the game the other way? And let's talk about Gates here. Anything out of Szfaner. He's just looking to keep pressure on. We're probably going to see Leather because there isn't much mana. With the mana, we're probably, I'm guessing, just going to see Gremlins out of here. Pjotri could cast any big creature. I mean, Astu Vidatu, Gorgon Archer. I mean, I'd love to see some big creatures here. Because we just saw this Jade Gremlin. I'm like, interesting you're saving that much. Let's go ahead and times 25 this. Okay, deployment. Some token. Okay. It looks like we do see the Gargoyle Sentry come on. Interesting he chose now and not last action. Because that would be able to guard this turn then. And it looks like we see another Jade Gremlin as Szfaner. Gloves of Skill come in. Again, an offensive choice. Love this. Means it's just screaming like, oh, I have more things to attack you with. I'm obviously doing some sort of attack spell stuff. Double enchant on Szfaner's Mage from Pjotri. That's, is that Poison Blood? Nullify? Something like that? Okay, here we go. You pay 9 mana to teleport him here. And again, he had 2 enchantments on him that screams that one of those is a nullify because he wanted that to be safe. Flawless Stone. I casually saw this match. And this is like 2014 strats here. Like the abduct into the I trap you. Great, awesome play. Notice that there's a blue gremlin here. He's going to be able to teleport in. This Jade won't, but this one, the other blue one will. Still think Gargoyle Sentry less. Well, I guess he only has 3 mana. So he probably really wanted to save that. I mean, geez. What is it, 15, 16 mana to cast all this? That's nuts. This is like one of the hardest walls to bring down. Like, Wall of Earth is just good. Because you're like, I'll delay him a turn or two. But Wall of Stone, like, this spell does not die. If you haven't ever tried this spell, like, you basically get it up for, like, forever. And, like, with just, like, a bunch of, like, 2-die creatures, this is 3, like, it's going to take all these attacks for probably 2 turns to do anything. That being said, Szfaner is going to use the Arc Lightning here. That is unavoidable. He is going to extend the range with the Arcane Voltaic Reach ability. Oh, my God. This might actually do it. That does roll 3. He does get the extra 1 from Lightning Ring. Is he going to use any of the staff tokens? He wants to use the staff, so it's going to be +2. So that's going to be a 3, 4, 2 staff tokens, 5, 6 die attack against a 5 armor creature. This Should do it. He does have a reveal on Hugin, Pjotri, so it might not actually do it. Rolling really poorly, only getting 3 crit, 1 damage, 1 normal. Brace yourself does get revealed. Oh, he's going to reroll with gloves. Brace yourself goes hidden. Here comes 6 die. He needs 6 crit, and he knows it. Or 5 crit. He gets 3 crit. We're going to see a reveal here, otherwise Hugin is dead. Brace yourself. So good. Getting 3 damage. No stun. It looks like Gargoyle Sentry's going to try to finish us off. Or Gorgon, my bad. There is a defense. It rolls a 12 and succeeds. We do have a Gargoyle Sentry that won't be able to reach there. But he does have a flyer, so we can sort of keep the pressure on. I mean, the brace yourself countered it. I mean, that's kind of how it works, I guess. You know, Arc Lightning is a super good spell. I love seeing that being extended with Voltaic Reach. And especially with this combo, like, it's like the perfect scenario to see what happens here with this. Jade Gremlin going in with his fists, dealing 0 damage on 2 dice. Pinging off that armor. Or I guess he's a gremlin, so he probably hit the boots, right? He hit each boot once. Jade Gremlin coming in, trying to just fight this blue gremlin. The defense succeeds. I would argue the wall is probably more important here. Probably. Blue gremlin's going to spend a mana, get that teleport action, move in, and attack the Szfaner wizard. Rolling 3 dice, getting 6, but armor going through, 4 actual damage going through. Holy cow. Szfaner going up to 4 damage. Dice on the board. Szfaner's going to bring in his own gremlin. Going to attack the enemy wizard. Gets 3 damage, because again, there's no armor here. Pjotri at 10 damage now. Szfaner at 4 out of 32. And let's see what Hugin does. This is a big deal. What does Hugin do here? Nothing. I wonder if Hugin had a teleport here. No, probably not. I wonder what he had. I guess Seeking could have worked, but there's no enchantments to Seeking, so oh well. Such a crazy match. And here come the fists against the stone. This is how you improve the bone density in your fists, right? Rolling 2 dice, getting only 1, nothing. Just kind of hurts your hand. Little J Gremlin's like shaking it, like I can't defend this. Gargoyle Sentry moving 2. He needs to get in the fray. And what does Szfaner do? I mean, he's got 2 cards. He might have had an extra attack spell. Only 3 mana, though. I mean, he's going to meditate. You know, meditation makes some sense. Because you're trying to get out of here, so maybe you want more mana to help you with that. Punching the wall, you might get 1 damage, something like that, you know? Okay, so 6 mana for Szfaner on his gate. 3 on Pjotri with that gate. Pjotri makes sense to cast anything at this point. You know, he's got him in his grasp, so ideally the higher mana ones are what you want. Just because you're looking to deal that damage right now. Like, eventually he'll break out of the wall, so you gotta get that damage in. Szfaner, however, needs to do the opposite. Needs to figure out how to get the hell out. Attack spells on the wall, not bad. Obviously, you have these creatures here that can shoot through it. It'll be kind of interesting to see what he does here. Now he's out of range of this Battle Forge. Um, hmm. I mean, I guess as Szfaner, what you need to do is just figure out how to get out. It used to be you just took like Eagle Claw boots or something like that, but you really don't see this play anymore. So like most people don't even like bother taking Eagle Claw because it used to be it'd be like I'm gonna cast 3 Iron Golems and then wall you in like this, and then they're just gonna like punch you to death. That's why it's like interesting seeing all these like little gremlins being like, "We scratch." It's fun. I'm gonna go ahead and times 20 it, 5 it. We'll let it go through. I guess they're still planning. Holy cow! Yeah, I mean, as Fanner, I don't blame him. This is like such a big deal. The blue gremlin does come out to Spanner. Again, really good. It can teleport through the wall, so it's something you really want to do. Worst comes to worst. I mean, obviously you want to break through the wall if you can. Save your mage. Like ideally you break through the wall and then just teleport yourself out. Pjotri putting on some armor. Uh, Lightning armor notably. So obviously against, the Staff of Storms, things like that, it's gonna have some defense. Spanner's gonna target the Hawkeye. Don't know if he meant to do that. Right now, I'm not seeing Szfaner use a lot of attack spells. I doubt we'll see, and if they are, they're really not that good. I mean, he has Stormdrake and the leather, so like, it's a wizard, so you can probably assume it's going to be lightning. Air is the other thing, but like, it's so low dice. You already have the armor for that. Yeah, we got to see some punches on this wallstone. I mean, these guys might get like 2 damage. Gorgon might get 1 or 2. Cargo Sentry. I mean, it makes sense for the Sentry to move 1, attack the wall, and then guard next time. Force Hammer comes out for Szfaner. He's going to target the gate. Oh, rolls 8 dice, gets 3. Chooses to re-roll. Rolls 8, gets 12. There's, of course, 2 armor, so 8, only 8 going through. I mean, that was a nice roll. Those gloves of skill, again, coming in handy. Interesting choice to go after the gate. Now, I mean, the alternative was to just hit the wall of stone. Get out. Like, get back to your Battleforge safety. Gargoyle Sentry gets targeted with the Jetstream. It's not guarding, so it only has 1 armor. Of course, it is a flying, so you get +2. Pays 4 mana, removes a staff token, rolls 5 dice. Looks like 3 damage is going to go through. And it is a push. Because it's a +2. It technically is +3 with the staff. So 3 dice. 3 damage went through that gargoyle. Another 3 dice, 1 armor. So 3 more damage, putting Gargoyle Sentry up to 6. I mean, I guess 14 life is pretty good. I think that's probably why you want to take him, because he's like, he'll survive some stuff. I mean, taking a Jetstream, that's automatically 4 mana, so it's evening out, and he's going to get some dice in, maybe, or some defenses. I'm not sure I agree with this, and I suppose post-game we'll talk about this. Looks like Dissolve coming out of Hugin, targeting that Gloves of Skill, getting rid of it, saying, this is actually guaranteed some damage I don't want, so get rid of it. I don't know if the armor would have been better there. Looks like Poison Bow is going after Hugin. Hugin gets a 3rd defense in a row. Holy cow. I know it's 6 up, but like, damn, that's like legit crazy. And we're going to see the beatdown. Oh, he's going after the blue gremlin. Jade gremlin's attacking the blue gremlin. Defense fails. And the fists fail. Gets one, but there's one armor. Yeah, I mean, blue gremlin with one armor is like, it's the perfect amount to make you be like, I hate you. Looks like this blue gremlin's going to attack the gate. Gets 2 damage through. Now he's going to go after the blue gremlin. Pjotri rolls 3 dice, gets 3 damage from his blue gremlin. It's a gremlin war going on in here right now. Here goes Sentry, moves to Hugin. Hugin fails the defense. Looks like the Sentry's going to roll 3 dice, get 2 damage, and Hugin's going to die. And there's a nice little theme going on here. I can't believe we have all these like descriptions of how they die. It's like it's totally D&D feel in this game. You know, I don't know. I feel like going after this wall would have been better. Pjotri then decides I'm going to cast Regrowth Belts. He's got 10 damage on him. You know, 10 damage is the first flag in your head where it's like, I need to consider healing. And that's exactly what Pjotri did. I love the play. We see these Jade Gremlins attempt with their fist. They're going to find the chinks in the wall of stone. They're going to punch it out. Getting a total of 3 damage between the two of them. Very nice. This wall of stone doesn't die. It does not die. So now that Pjotri has 2 armor, regen 1, this means he's probably not going to die soon. I think Szfaner needs to focus on taking as little damage as possible and then getting out. I mean, the thing is, he didn't take out the gate, and he spent so much mana on it and stuff. I mean, I guess so he spent a Force Hammer and a Blue Gremlin attack, but I mean, basically, he spent all that, and it's still not doing anything, right? It's like the board is the same state whether he did that or not, and like your chances of actually killing the gate wasn't really there. Because the 3 dice, it's really not going to do it. You can deal, what, 2 damage? So, I mean, as Pjotri, it's like, are you going to go after my gate again? I should probably cast something out of it now that has 6 mana. But, like, if Szfaner commits to that, I feel like that's just making Pjotri have a higher chance of winning here. He's got 5 mana back here on this gate. You know, the Harmonized Mana Shard, it's nice for just being like, I'd have creatures all the time. Like, I mean, Blue Gremlin's only 7. So, spending 2 mana of your own, super worth it. I mean, here's the thing. You bring down this gate, and there are a lot of creatures back here. They need a way in, is what they need. And I guess some of the thinking is like, if you bring down Wall of Stone, do they have another one? And the answer is probably yes. But like, I think he needs to focus on getting through the next one then, or finding an opportunity to kill it and then quick casting out. All right, going on to round 10. Start at round 10. Devouring Jelly comes out. Love this play. I know the mana didn't really line up before to really cast him, but now that he's out, that just speaks to me that this is a timer zone. Like, Szfaner can't live here. Blue Gremlin coming out for Szfaner. I believe that is the last one. 1, 2, 3. There might be one more. I believe there is. Yeah. Yeah, there's one more. 3 is... I mean, they're great. They're great creatures. Szfaner's going to enchant. Looks like Pjotri enchanted Szfaner's Mage. Then it looks like Szfaner's going to try to enchant his own Mage. A Jinx from Pjotri gets revealed. And that does prevent that enchantment. That could be a Rhino Hide. My guess is Rhino Hide. Extra 2 armor is always nice. But we're not allowed to see that. Action phases, we're going to see how Szfaner reacts. This is really in Szfaner's ball court to react to this. Blue Gremlin's going to attack the other Blue Gremlin. Fails to defend himself with the defense, rolling a 4. That's going to kill Szfaner's Blue Gremlin. Leaving him alone. It's just a lonely star and wizard. Dissolve gets cast, getting rid of that regrowth bell. I do like that play. That kind of speaks to me that he's thinking, I want to try to kill you now, rather than trying to survive right now. Marked for Death gets revealed in Szfaner. Oh no! Spending 6 mana, immediately getting an extra die. There's 3 armor here, so it's going to deal 1 damage from just a punch to the face. We're going to see the Gorgon Archer advance 1. This is what I'm thinking. He's gonna try to just lob stuff in. Mark for Death is gonna get more use up here. Maybe. I'm guessing we'll see a +1 out of this Jade Gremlin. You see the fists go down. Look for those crits. This one does 0. This one showed up. Like, he was like running. Shows up in the zone. He's like, are we seriously punching this wall? And I'm like, that's what we gotta do. And so he tries, he fails. He sees his friend that he just approached. Tries to punch a wall. Literally just hurts his hands again. They're just like, are you serious? This little posse here. They must be so angry. And it looks like this Jade Gremlin's going to attack the mage with Mark for Death. Rolls 3 dice. With that armor, he loves hitting that armor. No damage going through. Oh, this one's fists. 2 dice gets 2 damage. I mean, these are the 2. They just weakened up a spot. This one came in and, like, I imagine, like, just dove his body into it. Be like, get in there. Guarding Gargoyle Sentry. This does put, it prevents 1 action, which I'm into. I'm into that Gargoyle Sentry guard. I mean, Szfaner, that was a better round for Szfaner than I thought it would be. He didn't take as much damage as I thought he would. He lost the Blue Gremlin. That being said, I mean, Pjotri's gate isn't dead. He got a Gremlin out. I mean, they're all consolidating down here in the center. And he could spend a mana and make this fast. So, I mean, it's not out of the realm of Szfaner winning this. This thing's at half-life. Probably going to get it this round. He's going to get at least 2 defenders out of this. He's guarding now. He'll use the action bar to guard again. So I'm guessing that both of these gremlins get blocked. So you kind of have to hope that the jelly doesn't corrode you, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, what do you cast? I mean, you could cast another gremlin down here. I don't think that would be a bad choice. That Forge is so sad. I would, as Pjotri, just keep laying on the pressure. If he has a dissolve, I'd probably get rid of the Storm Drake. Staff of Storms does have 2 tokens on it. So, I mean, he could theoretically take out... Well, this has Intercept. Yeah, so you can't even really take out the gate. Go ahead and fast forward this. Check it out. We see another Jade Gremlin come out for Pjotri. I love any creature coming out of this right now. It just like keeps making your offensive like imagine like a graph. It just keeps going up with each creature as time passes. First quick cast phase, it is Szfaner's. This is a big quick cast for him. I'm guessing it's not going to be anything, but we could see something defensive come out if he does cast anything. The suspense here, it's killing me. He is going to use it. He's going to enchant himself. Okay. Nullify gets revealed. Oh my. Let's see what it was. What was it? No, it was a nullify. Okay. I don't like that move. I don't like that move because if you bring this wall down, you have an opportunity to use your quick cast. And in that quick cast, you could teleport yourself out. So it uses these guys. It somehow does 5 damage because they're combining their into one strong punch just to punch through it. And then you immediately with your quick cast get out. Granted, the nullify was on you, so you probably want to use your mage's full action first. Oh yeah, I guess that is kind of weird. Because I guess you could just move down and teleport too, but no, you want to use your quick cast because you want to like get out of there. So I guess like the first proper thing to do would be to use the nullify with your main action, something like that. I don't know, but these dead gremlins, they aren't using their one punch combo that I just thought of, where they combine their fists into one big one, the same speed. So they only dealt 1 damage to that wall of stone between 2 of them. Up here, I don't know what's going on here. Pays 1. Anyway, this gargoyle sentry moves down. He's going to go and do 1. It looks like one of these tried to do it and then a counterattack to the gargoyle. And they just didn't remove the guard marker. I was confused. That was a really good way to get rid of a guard, by the way. Devouring Jelly is going to roll 6 dice. Gets 7 critical. Holy cow, what? And 10 on the effect die? That's 2 corrodes! Mark for death, of course, adding 1 damage here. But holy cow, 7 damage when you have 3 armor and getting 2 corrodes. That's just a whammy here. So by the way, what happened up here is this gargoyle was making ridiculous things about these Jade Gremlins. I want to cast Lich Fight. We'll get to that in a second. Gargoyle Sentry was up here guarding. Jade Gremlin attacked that guard, and then he said, okay, you're going to counterattack me? I'm going to spend a mana. You don't get to counterattack me. Getting rid of that guard. It was a really beautiful play to use a Jade Gremlin that way. That's like kind of like how they're good, doing it that way. I want to cast Lich Fight with Staff of Storms buff. I believe I'll get +2 for every attack. Yeah, I actually remember this part because I got pinged for it. So the way it's worded in Staff of Storms is you actually, during the roll dice step, which that's a step in of attack, you remove the tokens and you roll that additional die for that attack. One we'll get from the ring. That's actually not true because the ring, zone attacks specifically don't have range buffs. It has the range icon to indicate like it's not a melee attack, but it specifically says you don't get the range +1. Looks like everyone is having their own calls on it, but I mean, yeah, I mean, if you just look at the card, it's it says specifically like the roll dice step, remove any number to roll 1 additional die, just 1. It's not like a +1 to the whole attack, just 1 additional attack die. This is like one of those cards that it was a promo for like, I think it was a promo and came out in Pjotri, expansion, Priest. So, like, a long time ago. And they thought of that. And you can tell they got a hold of me and they said, Judge. And then I showed up and I saw the 3 Jade Gremlins. And I thought that was kind of funny. I hope they all go out and get a nice drink after this. But I mean, you do get to, with Electrify, you get to choose when you want to do it. So I mean, you're choosing when to target it, so not that big of a deal. But like, it's nice to be like, if they have an intercept, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it just doesn't matter at all. What I was saying. So let's talk about that really quick. This is at 8 damage on this wall. If this is a power Jade Gremlin, if he's feeling like, you know what, screw this, and he like punches through this, he'll get a nice opportunity out of the Gorgon to shoot in here. Not to mention this blue gremlin can pay a mana and get fast. Yeah, it looks like I said, yeah, you can split it up. I think that was the point I was trying to think of. So you can split up, so you can remove one during your Electrify. Say like, this one needs 1 damage to die, 1 more, for me to be confident. Then you have another one you can split up somewhere else. Yeah, Noctigod's really good at being auto attacks, but when you're trying to do stuff for Staff of Storms, you're just gonna want to manual roll it, just because it won't prompt you to do it. And here it is. I know I've been talking about it, but he didn't reveal it yet. Um, I generally prefer Chain Lightning over Electrify, but this situation is obviously Electrify's better. He targets the wizard first. Roll 7. There is obviously a Staff of Storms. We're going to see a roll of 4 or 5. Getting 3 to go through. That's about right with 2 armor. About. Blue Gremlin gets attacked. It's going to deal nothing. Just sad. Devouring Jelly, which is resilient, gets attacked. 3 damage. Adds 1 damage. Adds 2 damage. Yeah, there you go. And, of course, it is stunned. 9-up stun is really good. Jade Gremlin gets attacked. 4 dice getting rolled. 4 damage going to Jade Gremlin. And the Jade Gremlin's stunned. Ooh, that's nice. Means it can't defend. This Jade Gremlin gets attacked. 4 dice get rolled. 5 damage. It's dead. And it would have gotten a daze too. That's nice. This Gargoyle Sentry. 4 dice. It has right now 4 armor, so no damage, but it does not even get dazed. Unfortunate. Gate of Altari. This is a big one. 4 dice. It does get... Yeah, I didn't think it would kill it, but it got 3, which is pretty nice. Mana Shard. 4 dice get rolled. 2 damage going through. I mean, you got 2 stuns out of it. You kill the Jade Gremlin. One's almost dead. I mean, I think the Devouring Jelly is a big win. Stunning this for another round, especially when you're about to bring down that wall, means you can start moving, and it can't hit you then. In retaliation, Pjotri's mage is going to punch Szfaner, dealing a damage. Oh, 2 damage. I'm sorry, because there's 2 corrodes now. Yikes. This Jade Gremlin, he wanted to do that power punch so hard, but he did 1 damage. I mean, it's still good. Blue Gremlin attacks the wizard. Of course, there is a mark for death. 4 dice are rolled. 6 damage. Got 2 corrodes, 1 armor, piercing 1. So good. This Blue Gremlin is going to move in to try to take out this wall. Rolls 4 crits. It's like, all right. Move over, Jade Gremlins. The champion. They cleared it out. And he just stuck his claw in and was like, it's done. He's a mechanical genius. In response, Pjotri going to immediately cast another Wall of Stone. Oh no! This is why you want to be able to just teleport out when it goes out, because this kind of shenanigans will happen. There's always another Wall of Stone. It's so good. But he's already playing that really well. You know, that's kind of why it was interesting he used this quick. But I guess when you have Electrify down, you know, you want to be able to do that. But interesting, he got rid of Nullify. Because, I mean, now it's Pjotri's initiative, so even if you couldn't move out this round, it's not like he's. I mean, Pjotri then has initiative to cast another Wall of Stone. So, I don't know. Like, there was some weird ordering there at Szfaner over what exactly he wanted to do. But, I mean, like, you know, Devouring Jelly's here, and he's stunned. And Jade Gremlin's stunned too, so there's not a lot of damage really coming out right now. Of course, he's at 22 out of 32. And Pjotri's at 15 mana. I mean, this is really dangerous for Szfaner. I mean, a good boulder or two, because you only have one armor. Like a boulder rock, that'll just kill you. And, you know, I don't want to look at Pjotri's book right now, discard, because I could see his whole book. But, yeah, I don't know. It's not looking good for Szfaner. He's gotta bring down that wall and get out. Which I don't. I think he might have this round. But basically, if Pjotri has attack spells, it's over because it's Pjotri's initiative. He could quick spell, deal like a boulder damage, which is probably gonna deal like 6 or 7 damage or something like that. Put him at like 28-9 out of 32, and then like you have the blue gremlin, gargoyle, or another attack spell of some sort, like a rock, to finish it. I mean, that would be. I mean, like it's. I'm not seeing a lot of stuff. I mean, Szfaner, I guess, could have heals. That would probably be a way to do it. If he cast a heal on himself, because he's probably not going to die to the first attack spell, and then you heal to try and like survive these lower level attacks, and then maybe you can get through the wall, and then you teleport out with your initiative next round, and hope he doesn't attack spell you. I guess he could use Gargoyle Sentry here to survive another blow. I don't know about Gargoyle Sentry. I guess he got out of there last round because electrifying. Hmm. Blue Gremlin's coming up for both. This is Szfaner's fourth Blue Gremlin. It's a Gremlin party. Enchantment goes down. That's probably Nullify. Again, we saw this ring. Whenever I see this ring, I always think Nullifies. Could have up to 6. Because there's not many more meta magics you cast this on. Blue Gremlin is going to start out by attacking the wizard. 4 dice getting rolled 7. 4 dice getting rolled 7 damage going through to Sistarra and Wizard, putting Szfaner at 29 out of 32. Oh man, this is good luck. I mean, there's probably a nullifying use, so you can't heal. Gargoyle Sentry does come in and guards. I mean, he's got to survive that last attack. That's what he has to do. Szfaner's going to use the quick cast. Range +1, removes Storm Token. We're going to see something here. Targets the other gargoyles. He might try to kill it here. It's not flying, or guarding. The Death Stream goes down. It's got 1 armor. 5 dice rolled. 3 damage going through. It is pushed. And daze. Well, the daze is big. Three more dice coming in. Probably won't kill it as 1 armor. 3 damage going through. Dealing 12. I mean, it was more damage than you thought, but you would think, I should say. So putting him at 12 out of 14. We see a daze roll. This Gargoyle Sentry chose to hit the gate, most likely. He was like, oh my god, I can't hit you. Gargoyle Sentry's going to retaliate with 4 dice. That defending Gargoyle Sentry kills the Gargoyle Sentry that is attacking. That was awesome. Jade Gremlins are starting to get very annoyed at just punching walls. You know, you were summoned here from who knows where. And you're just like, you, punch this wall. Keep doing it. He's kind of adorable as always, by the way. All right, Pjotri is going to attack. It has the lightning bolt, isn't it? And he's 3 damage out of a lightning bolt. He gets, out of 5 dice, 8 damage. 7 going through. Damn, those, I mean, damn, Pjotri got some really good rolls out of that. Like, major GG for Pjotri there. That was a solid finish. I mean, I love to see the level 2 attack spell finish. That really does get to the point of, like, I need to do this damage. Really solid way to close out a game. I mean, the electrify, damn good. So let's recap all this stuff really quick. We saw the Battle Forge, really good at casting those equipments. Really, he got ganked with that teleport, the 9 mana teleport here, and he just did not have the resources to respond. I would have loved to have seen that Force Hammer or Wall of Stone. You know, we see 14 or 13 damage on Gate of Voltari. That is an entire Wall of Stone. And we already took out another one. So that would be, unless he has a 4th Wall of Stone, which he might, like that could have been your opening to get out. Once you get in range of that Battle Forge, you know, I'm sure he has a Regrowth Belt or more armor down here. I mean, when you have your own gate and they have a gate, like, you shouldn't think I'm going to kill their gate and then kill you. It's when you're in their gate zone, it's, oh, he's going to kill me with that gate. And that's kind of what happened. I mean, honestly, that Devouring Jelly, I talked about him being casted, like, I was like, I'd love to see this come out earlier. But it casted, you know, at a decent time after he was walled in. And it got an attack or 2 in. Wasn't bad. I mean, these Jade Gremlins, they did their best. I don't think they could have done much more. You know, when it come to Hugin, I would say Hugin paid off. That Lotus was pretty big for Pjotri. If you notice, he waited for that Lotus to go away, and then that economy sort of kicked in, and he had that 30 whatever mana, and he was just like, all right, double Wall of Stone, get these big creatures out, these big plays, I love it. Like, because there's what, 9 plus 7 and 9, so 18, 20, 25, 26 mana, something like that. Damn. It's a big play. So yeah, I kind of love that we saw out of both of these matches a Seer playing a big deal. I don't know if like you were watching that much. I didn't notice it as much, but like that 3rd card getting cast, I pointed out at least once, but I'm sure it happened more than once. Like I'm sure this card is like, okay. Pjotri has another Wall of Stone. I love that. Love that play a lot. So I mean, Pjotri had more stones in the book. So I mean that would be his last one for total. So that does kind of hedge his bet a little bit more. And you know, I talked about this earlier. Like it used to be, you took Eagle Claw boots just for the strategy, and it's interesting that now that we're seeing a prep 3 mage, we're seeing that idea come up more again, and very interesting, very cool plays out of Pjotri and Szfaner. I do like this opening. I don't know how I feel about Harmonized Mana Shard Gate of Voltari. Like I feel like Mana Crystal would have been better because I think I saw Szfaner with a little bit of mana issues at some point. But regardless, I really think the Staff of Storm's economy of dice did pay off a bit. The Meditation Amulet, I would have loved to have seen more. You know, he did the quick spell here, or the quick teleport here to shoot. That was a really good play. But I don't know if I agree with moving in just yet. I don't know if I agree with that. Because, like, I saw the green flag of, like, hey, move all your gremlins in. But, like, with Meditation Amulet, do you really want to move in? I'm not sure. This might conflict with what he's trying to do. And, you know, honestly, I know it sounds weird, but Mana Crystal might actually be a decent option versus this. I don't know. I'll have to give it some thought. But, and you should think too. You know, is your full action worth the 3 mana when you could mana crystal and just get it and save your full action? I don't know. Like, hmm. Okay, let me rephrase that. When you have a gate and a battle forge, you're going for long plays, especially with that Gorgon Archer that was here. I don't know if Meditation Amulet, which is a long play thing, is necessarily better than double mana crystal if you have all these gremlins advancing. I don't know. It's definitely like a complicated thing to think about it economy wise. But regardless, congratulations to Pjotri. Hope you liked my ramblings about how economy openings work. Um, Love this game. Love seeing the alternate mirror match. So cool. I wonder actually if either of them was the other wizard, how this game would have changed. But everyone joining, thank you so much. This was a quarterfinals game. So that means Pjotri is going to advance. And he's either going to fight Nabmaster or Devil Soprano next, depending on who wins that match. So GG to both of you guys. Szfaner, I hope to see you in the next tournament. And we will be announcing signups for the next tournament at the last game, the championship game for this one. So I'm trying to do it like, hey, it's going to happen in 3 or 4 months. So you'll know the exact date in this last one. We'll probably have signups already ready. And yeah, so thanks again for watching. Hope you're all great. If you're a Jade Gremlin here, you're probably going, shaking your head saying, I wish they would stop abusing our Jade Gremlins with stone walls. So, yeah. Take care.